contribution secondaire alors qu'on sait que vous avez deux des meilleurs attaquants de la Ligue nationale pour vous diriger?
Oui, tout à fait. Je crois que c'est quelque chose qu'on parle depuis 5-6 matchs, de continuer de travailler sur nos habitudes de travail, les petits détails de nos matchs. On ne veut pas créer des choses négatives dans notre game. Donc, évidemment, c'était probablement pas le match parfait, mais on a trouvé une façon d'aller chercher 2 points. Puis, ouais, c'est sûr que c'est important avoir la profondeur dans l'équipe. Évidemment, avec Connor et Leon, il nous donne beaucoup d'offensives. C'est bon de voir notre troisième, quatrième trio gagner de la confiance pour avant le début des séries éliminatoires.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. We'll now take questions in English. Start with Ryan Rashog, Chiasson.
Hey, Alex, I just wonder, the season's drawing to a close, and you've been playing on a line here for a few games that's putting some really good games together. The head coach seems to like the look and feel of it. You know, in a season where it's been on and off taxi squad and in and out of lineup for a lot of guys, how good does it feel to have something click late in the year like it seems to be for you?
Yeah, I think I feel like the last 2 years I've always me and Neeler have always played well together. We understand the game. We understand how each other play. We know where to go when you know, depending on where the puck is in the offensive zone, and then add in McLeod in the middle. He's a young kid with tremendous amount of talent. He plays a really mature game for a guy that doesn't have a lot of experience in this league. So, you know, I think for us, we're just trying to use the last couple of games here to kind of figure out how we can play, how we can be effective as a line. And I think for Clowder, I don't really say much to him. I think he understands the game well. He's a guy that carries the puck really well in the neutral zone, and he's figuring things out pretty fast. So he's going to be a really good player in this league for a long time.
So you're playing down the stretch here, and your playoff spot's been locked up for a little bit, but there doesn't seem to be a dip. I mean, there's some ups and downs in your guys' play overall, but you're still getting results for your head coach. You're making it pretty easy on him down the stretch. You're not having to be worried about you. What's it say about your team that's in this, you know, time that doesn't mean as much, you're still finding a high enough level to be winning this many games?
Yeah, I think as a group we've identified that. We've talked about using the last 12 to 14 games to build our game and feeling good about ourselves, and obviously going the last 3 or 4 games of the year. You know, it's for us, I think. I guess for me personally, for a guy that's been around, you don't want to kind of ease your way into the games. You don't want to create any bad habits, and there's nothing better than feeling good about your game going into game 1 in the first round. So we've done a great job as a team. We've talked about it before games, and our practices have been sharp. So I like where our team's at right now.
Daniel Nugent-Bowman, The Athletic.
Hi, Alex. Ryan asked a little bit about your line, which I was going to do, but I'm just, I guess, a little bit curious as to how you've played with these guys for the last 4 games, and in particular, Ryan McLeod, how you felt his game has grown with you and James over the last 4 games as he kind of makes his mark here in the NHL.
Yeah, I think. I think for Clowder, the one thing, like I said, I don't really talk to him too much. I let him do his game. He's figuring things out. He's got a great hockey sense. I try to remind him that, you know, he needs to demand the puck coming out of the defensive zone, out of the neutral zone. He's shown that so far since he's been here. He can carry the play up down the ice. So seems like we've kind of found ourselves here, and we got one more game here to keep building and preparing for next week.
So you've had the opportunity, especially you and James in the past, to play with a guy like Jujhar Khaira. Makes it a pretty heavy line. McLeod's a little bit different. He's quicker, younger, everything, right? How do you have to make any type of adjustment, or how do you kind of play with a guy like McLeod compared maybe with a guy like Jujhar Khaira?
Well, I think for us, our job, Neeler and I, on the line is to retrieve pucks and be good around the net. Create second and third opportunities, and we want him to come and grab those pucks out of the corner. A little bit like what Connor and Leon, they come and they grab the puck and they create plays off the cycle. And I guess that's what I was kind of talking about earlier is, we want him to come and grab those pucks and make plays. And he skates really well. He's got a great vision. He feels the player around really well. Like I said, I think he's got all the tools to be a guy that is a key player for this team.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Hey, so you've been through this before, Alex. You've been in the playoffs a few times. You've gone a long ways. Maybe you could explain, like, to the readers what it's little things like Cahoon getting a goal and a little bit of some success today. You had a couple points today. Your line's starting to figure it out. McLeod's starting to really get his feet established. What does that do come playoff time? When you guys hit the ice against Winnipeg, maybe you could just try to explain the value in having had a few of those games where stuff worked right down the stretch here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess from experience, I think your top players are going to need to be your top players going in the playoffs. I think our group, we're not too worried about that. And then you need secondary scoring at key times of games. And I guess that being said is, I know each players, even us individually, a third or fourth line, maybe our minutes are not as high, but I think mentally you got to feel good and you got to keep your mind sharp, and it's been good for all of us to I guess, finding ways to contribute offensively. So I think it's a big it's a big mental game, and I feel like we found a way this year to use a lot of the different guys at different time, and you want the group to. Everyone that's going into game one, you want everyone to feel good about where they're at. So that's what needs to happen to be successful.
Last thing, what about Winnipeg? What do you think? When I ask you, think about the Winnipeg Jets in game one, what hits you?
They're a great team. I thought going to this year, they're really deep up front. They got three really good lines. If I'm not mistaken, their goalie won the Vezina a few years ago, if not last year, maybe.
Last year. Last year,
right. So they got some good young defensemen back there, and it'll be a great match for us. I think we've worked a long way this year in the past to be where we're at now, and we're excited for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Tony Barr, Oilers TV.
Hey, Alex, this season your club brought in Tyson Barrie on a one-year contract, and with 2 points tonight, he now leads the National Hockey League amongst defensemen in scoring. One, are you surprised by that? And two, how important is a player like Barrie for your success this season?
Yeah, Tyson's been great for us on the power play at 5-on-5. Offensively, he creates a lot. He makes a lot of plays that you need from the back end, and playing with the top two lines at 5-on-5. So he's been a key player for us all year, and he'll be a key player for us also going into the playoffs.
I reckon you recognize what type of player he was when he joined your club, but is there anything that maybe stands out or was a little surprising that you got to see him more firsthand that you may have not known about Tyson before the season?
I mean, he finds ways to get pucks on net. He creates sometimes a lot out of nothing. So I always knew he was a good player. I think having the chance to kind of show a little bit more this year, he's kind of grabbed it and run with it. He's done a great job.
Thanks, Alex.
Last question, Simon Olivier-Laurent.
Salut Alex. J'aimerais qu'on parle de la séquence où Mike Smith s'est fait frapper en deuxième période, resté longtemps sur la patinoire, a semblé ébranlé. Est-ce que tu étais sur la glace à ce moment-là? Je n'ai pas la séquence sous les yeux. Puis, comment vous avez réagi au banc en voyant ça? Est-ce qu'il a été examiné après, tout et tout? Qu'est-ce que tu peux me dire là-dessus?
J'étais pas sur la glace. Je crois qu'il a pris quelques secondes ou une minute pour s'assurer que tout était correct. Puis, il était capable de finir le match.
Mais il n'y a rien eu par la suite. Vous n'avez pas l'impression qu'il est un peu désir ou quoi que ce soit?
Non, pas, en tout cas, pas à mon avis personnel.
Parfait, je te remercie.